What is going on, guys? It's your boy Vanilla Chip, and today I'm going to be having a nice conversation with y'all on which starting class you should pick coming into Elden Ring. If this is your first Souls game ever, then hey, congratulations for getting into this amazing franchise. Or if you're a returning Souls veteran and you're just wondering what class you should pick, well, coming from an Elden Ring pro, I'm going to give y'all some tips and I'm going to give y'all my best opinions on which classes to pick. Starting off, we got the Vagabond, which is one of the highest starting levels for a class. It's level 9. It also has the most vigor at 15. If you want a nice strength build, a nice high health, you're going to last longer in your fights at the beginning, like for Margit, or just side bosses in general, then this is going to be the class for you. Vagabond is... I picked it, I think, my second playthrough. I didn't really pick up my first playthrough. For my first playthrough, I picked Samurai, which I'm going to be talking about later. But Vagabond, very good starting class if you are a strength builder, if you just want high health. Warrior is the next one, which actually has one of the highest dexterities as a starting class, and dexterity is going to be your bleed procs or your bleed builds. If you're going to be running a bleed build, which in Elden Ring, bleed build is probably your best go-to if you're going to be trying to get high damage in very quickly. And there's very early on things you can get to improve that dexterity, like weapons-wise, like the Review a Dagger you can get really early on, and it's really good for dexterity. So if you want a dex build, Warrior is a very, very good choice. Next one is Hero, with high strength and high health. It's another like a Vagabond one, or if you want to like a different option with the Vagabond, obviously he's got his starting with a sword and shield. Her or him for the Hero is more of a like axe, wild strikes type, in my opinion, just better Vagabond. I like the Hero better than the Vagabond personally. It only has one less health, and it has a lot more strength, a lot decent less dex. I mean, Vagabond 13, Hero 9, but if you're going to be like a Wild Strikes type person, I'd say Hero is definitely a class that you should consider. It is a very good one. On to the Bandit. The Bandit I'm not a big fan of the Bandit. A lot of people like it, but if you're going to be running a bleed build, it's got 13 dex and 14th arcane. 14 arcane is the highest for a starting class. 100% that is the highest for a starting class. 14 arcane, and a lot of people sleep on arcane, but if you're running a bleed build, you need to upgrade that very quickly because that's going to improve your bleed procs a lot. I know I've said bleed probably 30 times in this video so far, and I apologize, but a bleed is a very, very good starting thing to use, so I'm just trying to give you all the best opinions on that. Next is Astrologer. Astrologer is going to be your basic mage. If you want to use sorceries or if you want to cast sorceries, Astrologer is definitely the best class for starting that. It's going to have a level of 6, 9 vigor, which, I mean, it's the lowest vigor for a starting class, so you're going to be able to take like one hit and then you're dead. But if you're in like Linernia, which is the second area, I won't spoil anything, but if you're in Linernia, if you're in Lindale, you're going to get insta-shot. You're going to want to start upgrading your health, especially with Astrologer first thing if you do use this. The Mind is 15, and the Intelligence is 16. So those are the two strongest for those. Of course, it's just basic mage stuff. Mages is, it's a way of life, I guess. You want to be a mage, go ahead and be a mage. Now, me personally, I'm going to stick to my bleed and strength builds, but that's just me. Next is going to be Prophet. Prophet is, in my opinion, if you're going to be wanting to use, you got sorceries and then you got incantations. So if you got a seal, the Prophet is probably the best for that with a faith of 16. So that's your fire. If you want to use fire, if you want to use healing incantations, those are definitely the best. And you're going to want to pick Prophet because that's going to be very early on. Now here is everybody, in my opinion's favorite starting class, the Samurai, which as with the highest two things with a dexterity of 18. That's insane to start off with 18 dex. That's insane, and it's also the the highest stat when it comes to any class. So if you want like a very, very good start for katanas, or you want to be a bleed build, definitely be the samurai. So 18 dex, and then the second, which is 13 endurance. Endurance is going to be how many weapons you can carry at once, or how much weight you can carry, like your armor, or in general just weapons. If you want to use like different weapons at once, like per se you want 2 giant crushers, those things are going to weigh like 26.5 each. I'm pretty sure that's off the head. I don't know if that's right, but that's a lot. So you're going to want a high endurance, 100%, and if you're going to want to be using cool armor with that samurai, and because you just want the dex, then I would definitely pick samurai if you're just wanting dex. Prisoner is the next one. That is the highest 2 of 14 dex and 14 intelligence. It is a mixture of mage and bleed. Now, I mean, I've run mage and bleed builds before. I've picked a prisoner. Prisoner is a very good starting class. It is probably top 3, I would say. A lot of people don't like it, but in my opinion, it is top 3, and it needs to be said that it is top 3, 100%. Prisoner is a very slept on class. It is very good. It's got really good mind at 12. That is about like top 5 when it comes to starting classes, which isn't that good with how many options, but it is a very, very good starting class. The next one is Confessor. Confessor is your regular, just middle of the pack build. It's kind of similar with Prophet in the faith category. It's got 14 faith, and with the mind it has 13. So if you want to be a caster but also have a little bit of health, and you want to do a little bit of damage with like strength weapons or dex weapons, then this is another really good starting class for you. Confessor is very good for those kind of builds, of course, decent faith. Now, the last and very not least, the Wretch. If you want to be naked, you want to start off level 1, all of your stats at 10, to be honest, it's not even that bad of a choice. Wretch is just your basic, every Souls game has just naked character. If you want to start off just normal and want to be naked, hey, that's you. But if you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, if you guys want more help with Elden Ring, or if you guys have any questions in the comments, feel free to ask me down below. Now, of course, if you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe, and if you made it this far in the video, tell me which class you pick if I helped you out. And I will definitely give you some more tips on it in the comments. Anyways, have a nice rest of your day. I will see y'all later, gentlemen.